Hello again, good morning and welcome back to the second week of my Autumn Almanac month of recipes, a mixed bag of different things. Last week we did the Cornish pasty, which is a very archetypal worker's lunch. Today we're going to cross the channel and do something much more upmarket and posh, if you like. It has its origins probably in the Middle East originally, but was brought to Europe by the court of Catherine de' Medici, the Queen of France, in the 16th century. And since then it's become a staple dish on restaurants in France, the UK and many other places. There are lots of different variations on it, varieties, recipes. But they all have two things in common. One is duck and one is orange. So you can probably guess, today we're going to do duck à l'orange. So what do we need for that? Well, duck legs in my case, an orange. Then we have some orange liqueur. Grand Marnier, Cointreau are the most famous, but they're all triple sec, they're all orange liqueurs. So some of that, some sherry vinegar, or white wine vinegar if you don't have sherry vinegar, some orange marmalade, a little hint of Tabasco, salt and pepper, and then a little bit of butter, a little bit of flour, and some chicken stock. So let's see what equipment we need to go with that. So we'll need a chopping board, a knife, a bowl or jug, a wooden spoon, a baking tray, a saucepan, a whisk, and a potato peeler. Okay, so I'm going to start with my duck. You can use whole duck, duck leg, duck breast, whichever you like for this recipe. But they do have different cooking requirements, because you can do duck in a number of ways. You can just roast it like chicken. You can slow roast it so that it's in the oven for much longer. It really falls off the bone, or you can do it quite pink in the middle, particularly duck breast. If you do duck breast in the pan, you can leave it very pink and tasty. But I'm using duck legs today, and for that reason I'm going to slow cook them, mainly because when you slow cook them everything falls off the bone, and if you're using legs and you just cook them normally, you're challenging yourself then to get the last beautiful bits off the bone, whereas if you slow cook it you won't miss a thing. So literally all you do with that is just get some salt and pepper, like that, and then you stick that in a low oven for about 2 hours. If it does start to burn a bit on top, then cover it with foil for a little bit, but take it off at the end for the last 15-20 minutes so that it crisps up. But around about 2.5 hours. If it's got foil on, you can't overcook it, and the longer it cooks the better. So that's the duck going into the oven. Now let's refresh our ingredients list and then get on with making the sauce. So 2 duck legs or duck breasts, 200 milliliters of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of some orange liqueur, a tablespoon of sherry vinegar, a tablespoon of orange marmalade, 2 teaspoons of orange zest, a touch of Tabasco, 10 grams of flour, 20 grams of butter, salt and pepper. Okay, now to get cracking on the sauce. So I've made up my stock using the chicken stock cube or stock pot. Put that into a bowl, and then I'm going to add a generous dollop of triple sec. A less generous blurt of Tabasco, not too much. Tablespoon of sherry vinegar. Sherry vinegar, but you can use white wine vinegar if you don't have sherry vinegar. And then a couple of teaspoons or a tablespoon of orange marmalade. I've actually got orange and ginger here, but that's actually even better because a hint of ginger never hurts anything. And then from the orange, I've just taken a bit of peel off and sliced it up like that. And I'll throw that in as well, both for flavour and for appearance. Whisk that all together like that, and we've got our orange flavoured stock. And the last step now is to go into the kitchen and turn that into a sauce. Okay, so now we're going to make our sauce to go with the duck. So I've got my butter just melting in the pan there. And to that, I'm going to add my flour. Fill that all around. Add a tiny bit more flour, as I can. And now we've got a paste or a roux in the pan. And now we're going to add the stock that we prepared earlier. Add a little bit. Stir it around. A little bit more. The rest through up. Turn the chop a bit. And then we'll just stir that for another 5 minutes to let the starch of the flour do its job. Thicken the sauce up, and in about 5 minutes we should have a perfect orange sauce to go with our duck.